Hey, I'm Todd. Thanks for watching my video, and do all that good YouTube stuff. Share it, like it, hit the notification bell, thumbs up, subscribe, all the things that you do. Thanks for taking the time to watch my video and saving some money perhaps. I also invite you to check out the links in the description for some long-term savings with the stock market. 2004 Dodge Ram 2500 rear brake caliper replacement with brake rotor and of course brake pads. Jack the vehicle up on the pumpkin in the back. You can get both sides off the ground, or there's some good heavy-duty metal work underneath here. You can certainly jack it up, use safety stands, protect yourself. And before you get it off the ground, if you don't have air tools, then you can take the lug nuts off, 24mm lug nuts, break them loose, a turn or two to loosen them, and then jack up the vehicle. And the safety stands, protect yourself, and we'll get the wheel off. And we got two 21mm bolts here and up here, and we're just gonna break those and take them off. Then we get the caliper assembly off, and then we'll take this 15mm banjo bolt off and the brake rotor off. Pretty easy. It's a slide off rotor, but it's not really sliding off. We'll probably take a hammer to it and tap it off. We'll be replacing it. So get your emergency brake shoes. We'll give this a little cleaning, and we'll probably turn this little wheel to bring them, expand them a little bit, because there probably is some wear in the emergency brake arena. So we'll bring it out a little bit. I'm going to take some emery cloth and rub on this as well. All right, I'm just going to give this a few turns because I'm expecting it's going to be, I think I'm going the wrong way. It's going to be loose. That's a few turns, and we'll see how it fits. Sliding the new rotor on. Drum and rotor. Drotor. So this is a Ribestus fully coated rotor to protect against snow and ice and cold and sleet and probably rust and salt in those areas. So you don't need to wash it, but if you get a rotor with metal exposed from the box metal, then it probably has an oily coating. You want to wash that off with some warm soap and water and towel dry it, and you should be good to go inside and outside. So that oily stuff can gum up your brake pads and cause some problems, so just wash it off nice. A little too much rocking still, so we're going to adjust that emergency brake screw a little bit more. We don't want drag, but we don't want it flopping all over either. Got a new caliper, but I'm going to disassemble it. Just take the two screws out so I can mount the bracket separate and make it easier. And really, I think that's the only way to assemble it, because you can't get the pads in here when it's all assembled. I'm just going to take this and mount it. We'll torque those to 145 foot-pounds. I'm going to put a little lube on the contact points. Here, you don't want it on the brake pad itself, but on the slide points, good. We'll do this for both sides. All right, then they just want like 11 foot-pounds on those. We're going to zip off that banjo bolt and take the caliper off and transfer the line onto the new caliper. So we got our banjo bolt. We'll give it a wipe down. Make sure none of the copper gaskets, the old ones, are on anywhere, not on here, and not on your banjo bolt. 2 new copper washers. Then they want 20 foot-pounds on that. And we can open up the bleeder and start the bleeding process. Though, the other side's been open for almost a half an hour with nothing coming out, so I need a little encouragement. So I've got a bottle with some new brake fluid, and I'll go over to the other caliper and I'll probably just shut it so it's off. Or maybe I'll hook another bottle up to it. That's what I'll do, 2 bottles. And we'll just get in the vehicle and we'll start pumping. It'll push air out, and when you let up on the brake pedal, though, it'll suck fluid in, it won't be sucking air, so that's the idea here. So we'll kind of just keep doing that for a little bit. Maybe get the bottle up to here, and we'll just keep an eye on the master cylinder, of course, make sure it doesn't go dry. And then we'll have someone help us with the final pressure bleeding. But if you're by yourself and you have a bottle like this, I mean, if you fill it up close to the top, you're probably going to be okay with no air in the system after that much time. So I'm going to pause it and continue this, and then we'll have someone help bleed. So someone's pumping and they're holding the brakes down, then we have fluid come out. No air. Okay, pump it. And pump it. I hope you saw the air there. Pump it. That was a good stream. All right, pump it. That is it. We'll verify fluid level at the master cylinder and put the tires on. Torque spec for the 1500 and 2500 is 135 foot-pounds, so we're going to tighten them down in a crisscross pattern with our gun and a torque wrench. Then we'll do a final torque on the ground with the torque wrench. If you have one of these, as we can pry it off when it's on the wheel, you pry it right there, take it off, just friction fits on the lug nuts. Here's our master cylinder. Top it off. A full line right there. So between the minimum and maximum, there's a minimum on there somewhere too, probably. So that's replacing your rear brake calipers, rotors, brake pads, your Dodge Ram pickup.